Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to Co-Creative Healing Journey. My name is Greta. I'm a healer, and on this channel, I create content that is intended to serve your co-creative relationship with the unconditionally loving energy that guides you. However, you relate to that energy, it could be God, Goddess, Source, Spirit, the universe, or all of the above. It is about serving that relationship, which I believe is the most important relationship in our lives. And so today I'm bringing through a pick a card reading where I'm going to bring through as many messages as I possibly can. And these are general messages. It's a general reading. So really, this reading is really for you to feel in your body, to feel in your being what resonates with you, to what extent, and to see what you're going to do with it. Of course, that will also be part of the messages. So timestamps are in the description box. We have 3 options as per usual, and I'll see you in your reading in just a little bit. Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to those of you who chose the first option. I've got here a whole bunch of messages for you, so we're just going to move through the cards and then I will give you the messages. We've got the stars, we have eternal love, which says happiness, harmony, fulfillment. We've got moon and Scorpio, transformation, a change in your emotional life. We have the sun, major arcana number 11, justice. We've got Archangel Gabriel with I invite Archangel Gabriel to bring hope and intuition into my life. We have caretaker, and we have major arcana number 15, the devil. So, love, we're going to start here with Eternal Love. Eternal Love is a card that talks about a shift, an energetic shift where you come out of a time of difficulty, of stress and strain. And so that's the message, a message that is here for you, is that you're about to experience a big shift in your life where what was is going to be radically different from what is, and especially what is going to be. So it's talking about having a time of transition and then coming into a view of a very beautiful and profound and really all encompassing change and shift in your experience. Yeah, you see how there are so many levels in this card? Nothing is going to be untouched, everything is going to change. Everything in your life is going to change and improve for the better. And with eternal love, it's going to be an ongoing shift and change in your life. It's like your life setting itself on a very, very different track. So that's the first message that Spirit has for you. What an amazing message. Your life is about to change in really profound, amazing, and enduring ways. With the devil here, there's a message of you coming out of the situation where you have felt bound. So the message that Spirit really wants you to know is that wherever you've been before this change, before this shift, so where you might still be now, you are not to blame for that, or rather don't blame yourself for being in this situation. Don't blame yourself for being in the position where you need this shift. Don't blame yourself for where you've been, where you are, because blaming yourself just perpetuates that energy. It keeps it alive, and that is the last thing that you want to do. Let it go, let it flow, let it pass into the past. Really let it become something that is of the past. And the message is reiterated here with the chains. You are the only one who can hold on to this energy, who can keep it present in your life. These experiences are over and done with as soon as you allow them to be over and done with. Ahead with the sun, there's a tremendous amount of success for you. And again, the message, you see how there are all these Roman numbers here? And these Roman numbers, to me in this instance, they are talking about the 12 houses in the zodiac, in astrology. And the 12 houses represent every single aspect of life. Every single phenomena in life can be put into one of the 12 houses. And so this is again a change. This is blessings. This is this beautiful energy shining into every single area of your life. So Spirit is saying, don't worry if maybe you have been prioritizing certain things over others as of late in the last couple of weeks, months, years. It will balance itself out. And the shift that is coming, you will have a very well-rounded success and triumph, and you don't need to worry about any aspect or anything being left behind, being given up. That is absolutely not the case. With a change in your emotional life and transformation here, Spirit is saying that there is a lot about how you've felt and how you've been experiencing things that was connected to where you've been. So that is also going to change and transform. So the message is wait. There are some things where you feel like, oh, I should just be over it now. Oh, I shouldn't care about that now. I shouldn't let it affect me. Soon it won't. That it's coming. It really will stop affecting you. But it just has to do with being in a different space, in a different position. It's like being out in the rain and getting mad at yourself for getting wet. Of course you're wet. The rain is gonna fall, and you can get an umbrella, and you can get, like rain protective gear and so on. You can do everything to keep yourself dry, but to some extent you will get wet. It's just part of being out in the rain. And so part of where you've been is to feel bad, is to have certain nasty emotions that you might even consider to be unwelcome. It's been part of it, and your emotional life will also change and shift as things change and shift. And yes, we always say as within so without. That is absolutely true, but we're also here living in the world and in our lives, and it's supposed to affect us, right? So it is supposed to go both ways. It's just that as within has the precedence. And so Spirit is also telling you that as you shift in your emotional life, you will be able to amplify this dynamic, but you don't need to take the responsibility onto yourself to get this dynamic going. There's going to be shifts in your life, changes for the better, and you also will start to feel better, and then you will feed into this incredibly positive and auspicious and benevolent and beautiful and blessed change and transformation in your life. With Archangel Gabriel here, I'm getting the message that you are supported. You have spiritual guides, you have angels, you have so much spiritual firepower that is on your side, that is working for you, that is working with you, that is going to do everything that it takes to help you transition. And you see here there's a moon behind Archangel Gabriel, and I feel like it connects to this message, which is talking about how at the fundamental level, it's like the universe recognizing that to some extent you becoming into a space where you're feeling better and you're living better requires this shift in your life. And so it is being enacted to heal you, to support you, for you also, right? And Spirit is correcting me. First and foremost, it's about you. It's about you feeling good. It's about creating that as within. It's just the universe recognizing that does take shifting and changing some situations and circumstances in your life. With Caretaker here, Caretaker is a card about having given a lot to others or taking care of others and needing to kind of step back and take care of ourselves. And there's definitely a message here for you. There are some people, there are some practices, there are some circumstances in your life you're not going to be able to take into this next part of life with you. So there are some people who just are not going to take well to you shifting in this connection, in this way, or in your connection with them. There are some people who are going to bring a very dysfunctional energy to your experience, right? And they're not welcome. Spirit is shifting everything so that you come into a better place. So those people and those energies are not welcome where you're headed. They're not going to be in alignment. So there's going to be a parting of the ways. There's going to be some form of it's not necessarily a separation. It's like it would be the opposite of a convergence. So not things coming together, but things growing apart and moving away. And so the message for you is don't fight it. Don't fight it. If someone comes to you who has this kind of energy and just has been negative influence in your life, negativity being a filter that we apply to make sense of our experiences, right? Objectively, they're not negative. It's just, how they're taking love, they're taking light, they're taking positivity out of your life. So in that sense, they're negative to you and your evolution. And so it's very neutral in that sense. When that goes away, don't try to hold on to them. If they're like, oh, I can't afford to live here anymore, I have to move, don't be like, oh, I'll pay your rent, right? Let them go and do it from a place where you're taking care of yourself and you're taking care of this shift. You're working for this shift to grow, expand, and really for it to ground in your life, be rooted in your life, and become your new normal. with justice, my love, this is overseen by the universe. This is something that has been a long time coming. It's something that you have earned, something that you deserve, and something that the universe has deemed to be um, fair, balanced, in alignment with the highest good of all. So something that has to be, something that has to happen. So there's a couple of messages with that, which is first and foremost, know that you deserve this. So no need to feel qualms like, oh, you know, why me, not them, or really, should I? Yes, yes, yes. You should. Because it's here. If it's here, the universe, the judgment of the universe is saying, yes, absolutely. The justice, universal justice is saying this needs to come for you. So in that sense, align with that, right? We always want to be aligned with the highest good of all. It is just the best flow to follow in life. And so it is overseen by the universe. This is the most balanced thing that needs to happen. It's right in the sense of again, that level of universal justice. And you deserve it. It's been a very, very long time coming, and this is the rebalancing. As much as you've been in the darkness, the pendulum effect, when you swing a pendulum, it goes, for example, it goes left and it comes back right. But as far left as it goes, it will go equally as far right. And so this is as low as you've been, as much as you have had an experience where you feel like you've been in hell, you are about to step into an experience where to an equal degree, you're going to feel like you're in heaven. This is the rebalancing. That's the universe's fairness, is to rebalance to an equal degree. And finally, we've got the stars. And it's coming through very much in this aspect of the compass. And again, actually, you see there are the 12 houses from astrology. So there's, again, that message with the 12 houses. But I do feel like it's also saying that you're going to be guided every single step of the way and in every single area. So again, if there are some areas where you haven't been putting in much time or focus or energy, and you're not sure how you're going to work that, Spirit will guide you. You will be guided. You will be provided with everything that you need to be successful in all of those areas, because that's the name of the game, right? In this next cycle that's opening up for you, in this next energy, in this energy shift that's coming, the name of the game is for you to succeed, and all the powers of the universe will be put at your disposition for you to co-create that with Spirit. So yay, good for you. That was such an exciting reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this reading served you. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you would like a more in-depth reading, individual reading, I do offer individual intuitive readings where we work on your soul connection, self-love, love and relationships, and life purpose. And I've also created some healing work that is really truly amazing and very powerful, and can help you to also create shift and change in your life. And you can check that out in the description box if that speaks to you. Lots of love, wishing you all the best. May you be blessed always and always. Enjoy this, and I'll be seeing you around. Bye, love. Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to those of you who chose the second option. I've got a bunch of messages for you, so let's run through the cards and I will give you your messages. We have got the book here. We have evolution, earth changes, climate change, transformation. We have Sun in Libra, harmony, enjoy life with music, love, romance. We have got the man, second version, which is unique to this deck. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the solar plexus chakra with I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. We have got assistance, and we have got a Three of Wands. So, where are we going to start? We're going to start here, actually. I was going to mention the Sun in Libra, and then I got drawn to here, and now where I'm talking about it again, blah, 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 blah. There's a kind of muddled energy. And so Spirit is saying that you have a desire for harmony. You have a desire for things to go well. You have a desire, maybe very specifically, to enjoy life with music, love, romance, the desire for companionship, the desire for connection, the desire for friendship, the desire for harmony. This can also be in your workplace and wanting everybody to get along. But there's this energy of really wanting everybody to get along, wanting connection, and this desire being something that is muddling things up, and that is not allowing you to put first things first. So that's where Spirit wants to start with these messages, is do not allow your desire for harmony, your desire for connection, to throw you off course in some way, shape, or form. Because with evolution, you are at a time in your life where a lot of change and a lot of transformation is going to happen and needs to happen for you. With evolution, there's this energy of coming to a climax. Things have been growing, 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 and now they're going to come to a space of a climax. And it's very important that you have the ability to give your time and your energy to that. So that's also the message, very specifically, Spirit saying, don't worry. The things that you are worrying about, and it's almost like there's this energy of escapism, wanting to focus on prettier things, nicer things, fantasizing even, so that you take your focus away from what is stressing you out. So Spirit is saying, don't worry. What is stressing you out is going to grow. It is going to evolve. It is going to correct itself. It's going to rectify itself, because that's the next stage for it. It's almost like, you know how in the universe there's a natural way in which the universe corrects itself, rebalances. I'm getting this kind of energy. Whatever situation it is where you're feeling like you would like to escape it, like you would like to avoid it, or a situation that feels overwhelming, stressful, straining, it will naturally evolve into resolution. That's coming. In the meantime, you need to learn the lessons that are here for you. So I'm drawn to how both of these have to do with masculine energy. And solar plexus chakra, taking action, discipline, even structure. And then this card that for me is all about masculine energy. We're going to start with the message here. What is the message here? There's a message also with all of this yellow to embody your yeah, walk your talk. You may be someone who's talked a lot of smack about relationships and connections and so on, but Spirit is saying, look, at a fundamental level, Spirit knows you, and in the core of who you are, you have a tremendous amount of integrity, and there are things that you want to achieve for you, things that you want to create, where you felt that something was in your way, but now that things are resolving itself, what's in your way is going to disappear. So the message is for you to prepare to be on your like at the topmost of your game. Be in discipline, be in structure, be in focus, be in clarity, be in purpose, because the healing is going to come in. And so it's very important that you're ready. Do what you got to do. Dot your I's, cross your T's, walk your talk. Have a lot of integrity in how you're approaching things in your life, big and small. And I do feel like this is more talking about the smaller level in your daily life. You know, self-esteem is very, very important. And our self-esteem drops when we do things that we cannot esteem ourselves for. And so we think, like, for example, oh, I shouldn't judge myself. I shouldn't be stressed about myself. I should, you know, if I love myself unconditionally, it wouldn't matter what I did. And that's true at the level of self-love, but self-esteem is different, and self-esteem tends more towards the masculine energy, where it does matter what you do. It does matter whether or not you're walking your talk. So really watch in your daily life that your actions, your choices are reflecting you, your integrity, because that's what's going to help you to maintain your self-esteem and also to build it in alignment with what is coming. From there, we're going to go to the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is Spirit saying, whatever you're afraid of, whatever gets you up at night, right? When you wake up in the middle of the night and you're afraid. I feel like the camera was just shaking, right? Yeah. It's whatever shakes you and what you're shaken up about, it's not going to happen. It's not going to come to pass. There are thoughts in your head. So what if this happened? Or what if that happened? What if this didn't happen? What if that didn't happen? Spirit is saying, recognize that those are only thoughts. They're not actually reflections of reality. And they're not even things that give you guidance. And that's the thing about living in a fear-based reality, is when we act from a space of fear, we don't actually act in a way that serves our reality, because it's not in touch with reality. It's just fear, and it doesn't give us any workable data to act on in order to move forward, and especially to get where we want to go, to be who we want to be, to live what we want to live. And that's what Spirit is saying. Really learn to discern. And a way is to ask yourself, do I think it's true, or am I afraid that it's true? Do I think this is happening, or am I afraid that it's happening? Because our thoughts are very important. We have a very powerful brain, and it can help us to figure out tons of stuff. And you're not being asked to leave your mental power out of the equation, but it's much more, what I'm getting here is Spirit saying, clean up this mental power now, so that it doesn't trip you up later, but also so that it can help you to find the solutions that you need to arrive at, and that you will be arriving at in the near future. I'm getting near future. Next, there's a Three of Wands. What the Three of Wands wants to say. You see this person here, they're looking at the ships, and one of the interpretations of this card is waiting for our ships to come in. And it's a card that talks about hope, it talks about optimism, and it comes from a time when it was actually really dangerous. People would send out ships for trading, and then, you know, we didn't have phones, and we didn't have those kind of, you know, ready communications like we have today, so they couldn't follow them, they couldn't track them, they wouldn't know if the ship reaches its destination, they wouldn't know if the goods got traded okay, if what came in, so they really would discover how their affairs went once the ship came back. And there's the same message here. You are going to be able to know how well you're doing once this evolution happens and once the resolution comes in. It's actually a very interesting point. It's like you can't know in advance. Not if you succeeded, I'm getting you will succeed, right? There's resolution, but the extent of the resolution is going to be a very big surprise to you. Did the ship come in with copper, or did it come in with silver, or did it come in with gold? That's a big difference, and it's the same kind of energy here. You don't know, and you're not going to know how well your affairs are going to go until you're there, until you're in the experience. And so that's also why Spirit is asking you to stay in a space of focus and discipline, and if you have actions to take those actions. Do not allow yourself to be distracted by a softer, more harmonious energy, or even like this energy of it's like dissipation, or again fantasy. But really keep your focus on what you want to have, knowing that you will only know how you got it, the extent to which you got what you want to have, because you're going to get what you want to have, but the extent to which it fits, or it's big and it's grand, you will only know once you are there. You have a tremendous amount of assistance helping you out here at this time. This is again, spirit guides, angelic realms. This is a card that really talks about how you're not, okay, here's how I will put it. My healer said this to me. She said, you act like you're just on your own and you have to make things happen, but you're actually the CEO of a corporation. It would be like that, like the CEO of a corporation trying to do everything on their own, run the whole business on their own when they have thousands of employees. And it's the same thing. Spirit is saying you have so much assistance at your fingertips. You have got your guides, you've got angels, you've got your ancestors. You have got even, for some of you, ascended masters, and all of them having different specialties and what they can do for you and how they can help you. You have also human help, human support. There's the internet, for crying out loud. If you want to know something, chances are it is available to you, right? That you have access to knowing it and so on. So this message is very much, don't underestimate how much help and assistance you have. And again, for some of you, that's actual people. This is people in your network. This is people that you know, people that you've met, people that you know exist, and you know they're doing something similar, and you can read about it and you can learn about it. One aspect, but of course, spirit, call on spirit. Really, really don't underestimate how much help and support you have at this time and into the process of the resolution, but also after it. So with, finally, we have the book, and the book is actually turned towards the rest of the card. And when the book is turned towards the rest of the cards, it's about a secret being revealed, something that is being known, something that is being shown. And I feel like this is talking about knowledge. There's something in the situation and how it's working out and why certain things are happening and why certain things are not happening. So why certain things couldn't happen, could happen, and so on. There's a tremendous amount of wisdom in how all of the pieces are moving at this time, and you will learn this, you will recognize this. But again, it's right next to this resolution. So the knowledge, the clarity, the understanding of why things are the way they are is gonna come to you once you're there, once everything falls into place. So again, don't stress yourself out trying to figure it out. Don't berate yourself. Absolutely don't beat up on yourself. Why didn't I do this? Why did I do that? Because you don't know what you did could have been the right thing to do. You were not going to know until you're there. And similarly, don't be sad if A doesn't happen, but B does, or B doesn't happen and C does, because you don't know what needs to happen until you're there, right? In the grand scheme of things, you don't know. You can't know right here, right now. So really, I feel like coming back to this card in a way where it's not fantasy, but find your harmony, find your peace in this level of not knowing, in this level of uncertainty, in this level of flux. Find your peace within that. Find harmony within that, right? For me, harmony is whenever we're in alignment with the energy. When we are in alignment with the energy, it's harmony. So sometimes in a relationship, the most harmonious thing is to have a fight, and then we're in harmony. And so sometimes when we avoid that fight, then we're in disharmony, and then it's stressful and we're walking on eggshells and all that stuff. So there's a message here that if you try to really figure it out and see where you're going, or if you try to avoid and so on, you're going to be in a state of disharmony. So find that state of harmony also outside of fantasy, outside of avoidance or dissipation, but in a way where it really makes sense and you're really aligning and accepting the degree of flux and uncertainty and movement in the situation. And actually, this is finally masculine energy. Yeah. Just because you don't know how things are going to work out doesn't mean that you are disempowered. Doesn't mean you don't have power in the situation, and doesn't mean that you have to be passive in the situation. There are things for you to do, things for you to choose, things for you to invest in, engage with, to really take the reins and to have some control, right? For example, controlling your thoughts and things like that. So there's tons for you to do, and part of the wisdom lies in figuring out what can I do and what should I leave up to the universe, right? It's a constant in the co-creative relationship. What is my part? What is the universe's part? And here it is you figuring out what there is that you can do here and now, that you can be in control of, and there are healthy ways of control. You have to control your temper, super healthy. Controlling our thoughts, super healthy. So there are healthy forms of control, healthy forms of power that you can apply and act in the situation, and figuring that out is going to be really, really empowering for you, and again also feed into this state of harmony. You can be well in the situation, you just have to figure out how, learn how. So love, that was the messages. Those were the messages that I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you would like a more in-depth reading, I do offer private readings. All of the information is in the description box. I do intuitive readings on soul connection, on self-love, on love and relationships, or life purpose. And I also have created a whole healing system that you can use to self-heal, basically. So it is all there in the description box if it speaks to you. And in general, I will be seeing you around. May you be blessed always and in all ways. Bye! Hi love, hello, and welcome to those of you who chose the third option. We have got here your messages, so I'm just going to run through the cards and then we will get right to it. We've got the cross, flame tree, the start of something new, stride out into new territory, adventure. We have the lilies, we have got 3 of Pentacles, we have got root chakra. I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. We have change of mind, and we have got the Queen of Cups. Okay. So let's see, where do we want to start? We want to start with the root chakra. I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. And I'm getting this big message about security. It's time for you to have enough. It's time for you to have, um, yeah, enough is. I was trying to see if it's plenty, but it's actually enough. It's talking about having your needs met. Whatever needs you have, whether they be spiritual, mental, emotional, physical needs, it's time for those to be met. It can also be financial needs, social needs, especially with it's the root chakra, so it's the world's financial needs, social needs, relational needs. It's going to be different for everybody watching, but wherever you've been feeling pressure, it's time for that pressure to lift and your needs to be met in a way with a root chakra that's going to ground, it's going to endure, it's going to be your new normal, it's going to be your new life. And the message that Spirit has around that is that it's time for you to get very passionate about those needs. The best way to have a need met is to be in awareness of it, right? Because if you don't know that you have a need, once it's met, you're not even going to know that it's met. And there's a big power in you becoming aware of your needs being met. So Spirit is guiding you to really become more and more aware of what you need, what gives you a sense of fulfillment, a sense of wholeness. Not just what makes you happy and what you enjoy, that's part of it, but it's much more a sense of satisfaction, a sense of satiety, of fulfillment. What fills you up, because that's what you need and that's what's going to be coming for you. With the Queen of Cups, there's a message for you to basically talk about it with Spirit, actually. Now, this can depend on a practice. If you have a practice where you journal or you meditate or you do intuitive dancing or you chant, there's a message here for you to connect with the unconditionally loving energy that guides you, however you relate to that energy, because in that connection, you're going to gain a lot of self-awareness. With the energy of the Queen of Cups, it's very healing in and of itself, but it's basically about you learning to know what you need, but also to bring it to Spirit for fulfillment and for purification of those needs. And we do have the lily here. That's really interesting because it's talking about how you could think you have a need and it's actually not a need. And very often we have some expectations that we think are needs. We have some desires that we think are needs. It's like at that level. If you connect with your guides, this is the message for you. If you can connect with your guides, connect with the unconditionally loving that energy that guides you, however you relate to that energy, then it is going to help you develop a very elevated and very purified energy around your needs and awareness of your energy, so that you also become aware of your needs without going into neediness, without going into desperation, without going into lack or sorrow or anything like that. With the lilies, I'm actually being struck by how strong their scent is. Very, very strong scent, very sensual scent. And lilies is a card that typically talks about purity, as I just mentioned, but for me it's also a card that talks about, because it talks about sexuality, it talks about wisdom, so it's I equate it with things that get better with age. And so there's a message of maturity here and maturation. So whatever this process is of fulfilling your needs, it's a process, yeah, that it's time for it. So there's been a maturation coming into maturity, but it is also going to take some time because it's gonna grow alongside you. So if you find you have a need for companionship, for example, and this is literally, I feel like, how we grow up. I feel like it's literally that. When we're little, we have a need for companionship, friends. So we can go out into the playground and anybody we meet is our friend, right? Want to be my friend? Want to play? Yeah. And as we grow older, we get a more refined taste for the people that we want to have as our friends. And because we get to know ourselves better and we know more about the world and so on. So as we grow and evolve, yeah, Queen of Cups for me is also a card of personal development. That there's personal development for you in being aware of your needs. And as you grow and you evolve, those needs are also going to grow and evolve, and they're also going to become purified. Okay, yeah. So if in the beginning you have a need that's just like, I need companionship, then you might just be okay with hanging out with anybody. But as you go, and especially as you connect with this higher energy, you're going to come into a space where you're going to be purifying those needs, so that it's like basically the message is, don't be afraid to create new needs or to become aware of your needs, because you're going to be able to fulfill them in a very pure way. Yeah. With change of mind, there's definitely a change, a departure in what you've considered as needs. When you go through this process, and as you go through this process, you're going to find that some things that you thought you needed, you actually don't need. Some things that you thought you didn't need, you do need. So what I'm getting very strongly is associations. So people, relationships, even an association could be a job. It's just this thought in your head, I need this, and if I don't have this, then da da da. And that's also what you're going to be purifying and cleansing. But there's a big message here about being willing to see things in a different way, being willing to see things that you consider need in a different light. And you're going to do that when you stop being so hung up on unattached, when you become unattached to what you think are needs. And there's the big message here. Spirit is saying, just heads up, be aware. Some of the things that you think you need, you just think you need them. You don't actually need them. And you're going to grow out of it. And as you do, you're going to stride out into new territory. Your reading is very unified. It's like all saying the same thing. But you're going to stride out into new territory, adventure. And adventure for me, I always go back to this quote from Elementary, where Joan is like, but what if this happens, and what if that happens? And Sherlock answers, I don't know what's going to happen. That's what makes it an adventure. And so Spirit is saying, giving you the message that a lot of things are going to start shifting in your life. A lot of things are going to start tasting differently. They're going to start fitting in a different way. They're going to be making sense in a different way. And in that sense, you're not in the same realm that you were in a week ago, a month ago, a couple of years ago. Your energy really has shifted. And I feel like it's a collective thing, but it's really coming through in your reading, because Spirit is saying that these new needs, it's the experience that you have, but if you look beneath the surface, you're going to find an energetic shift where you are in new territory. You just are. You're in a new energy. You're in a new way of moving. You're in an experience that is going to unfold in a completely different way. So be adventurous. Seek to discover. Seek to explore. And be very happy. Find a way to be very happy in the open space of not knowing how things are going to unfold. Three of Pentacles, work with it. Three of Pentacles, I love. I do love this card. But I also love the energy that came in. It's an energy of opportunities. And so there's going to be a lot of things happening. When it shows up as Pentacles, that is realized energy, material, earthly realm. There's going to be new people, places, things, situations that are going to be coming out of the woodwork, it's going to seem. But a lot's going to be happening. And it's for you to work with. You're going to basically get these situations and circumstances, interactions, relationships as a form of, I've been looking for the word all week, but it would be like a playground, a setting, a space, an arena for you to do this work in, so that you finding out what you need and feeling yourself in a different way and purifying your needs and all of that is going to be happening within the setting of opportunities, things that are going to come along in order to help you to do this work. And then we have the cross, and Spirit is saying, when you have needs, or rather when you think that certain things are needed, you create a lot of suffering for yourself, because you don't actually need those things. But if you think that you do, then you introduce the possibility for a whole bunch of suffering, because the universe is never going to give you, or generally not going to give you what you don't need. It's not a big focus for the universe to give you what you don't need. And very often we don't have what we don't need. But if we think that we need what we don't have, that is a surefire recipe for suffering. So it's also for you to consider that. Consider that there's a lot of pain and suffering that you have experienced in your life. 36 is giving me like a lifetime, as you grow and come into adulthood, that there's a lot of stuff that you've been suffering over that you don't need to suffer over anymore if you will understand needs. And that's what I'm saying. Suffering is not a need. You don't need to suffer. And so, if you can make these shifts, make these readjustments, you're going to be putting yourself into a prime position to really transform your life. And with the flame tree, you're already on that path, the start of something new. The fire is lit, the wood is getting consumed, it's on its way, it's growing, it's building. You're already in the new energy, you're already in a new dynamic. Now there's this process of moving with it, working with it, and then at some point you're going to find that something new has started, but it's shaping itself, it's molding itself, and this discernment process, evaluation process at the level of your needs and how you can find fulfillment is a big element in shaping and molding and deciding and choosing and co-creating, manifesting what is going to come next. So love, those were your messages. Wow, what a reading. Good for you. I hope that you enjoy this process. And if you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Oh, I am seeing 3030. You know, 2020 is when you have perfect vision. 3030 is coming through kind of as a step beyond that. It's not external vision, it's internal vision. And 3 is a catalytic number. So there's something about a catalyst is something that you add to a reaction and it makes it go faster. So there's already a reaction, there's already something happening. But this form of awareness, this work that Spirit is guiding you to do, is going to act as a catalyst to create even more expansion. And there's something 3030 about you having this inner vision that is going to show you how to move, how to expand, how to get things moving and going in a really powerful way. So that just wanted to come in. So that was your reading. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you would like a more in-depth reading, I do offer intuitive readings where we work on soul connection, we work on self-love, love and relationships, or life purpose. I also have created some healing processes, from energy clearing to deeper healing processes and longer healing journeys where you can create some real change and transformation in your life, which might align with this kind of process. So check it out. It is in the description box if it speaks to you. And otherwise, I will be seeing you around. May you be blessed always and in always. And I wish you all the best. Bye.